Welcome back to the Matrix Math series. Today we're going to be talking about multiplication. It's a little weird and you just have to memorize a few things to get it right. So let's jump into it. So you have a matrix named A and it looks like this. We'll just give some random numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's obviously a 2 by 2 matrix, and we'll do a B. That is a, I don't know, let's make it a 2 by 3. So 2 rows, 3 columns, 7, 1, 0. Looks like a tear. That's how you should feel about matrix multiplication. Just shed a little tear. To another 7 and a 8. So we have a 2 by 2 named A and a 2 by 3 name with the name of B. To multiply these together, say the result is called AB. So it'll look something like, and you can multiply them together if the columns in the first one, so it'll be this number, 2 columns, is equal to the rows in the second one, so this here. And that's the only way. If these don't match, then AB is considered undefined. So if this were a 3 by 3 and we tried to a 2 by 2 by 3 by 3, it would get undefined. There would be no result. You don't have to do any operations. The answer is just undefined. So that's actually the easy case. But when these do match, as in this case they're both 2's, then you get a resulting matrix. And the size of the resulting matrix is, well, you basically just cross these out and you get a 2 by 3. So when you are allowed to multiply them, the resulting matrix is going to be the size of these two. So it could be any varying result. If this was a 4 and this was a 7, if this was a 4 by 2 and a 2 by 7, you would end up with a 4 by 7, for example. But we're keeping it simple here. We're going to end up with a 2 by 3. So let's go ahead and multiply these together, and we'll get into the meat and potatoes of doing this. So basically what you do is you take the row of the first one and times it by the column of the second one per element. So we're going to get a 2 by 3. So we're going to say A times B, that's B, equals, and we're going to get a resulting matrix. We already know just by looking at the sizes it's going to be a 2 by 3. I made this purposely big because we're going to need spaces. So we're going to have to fill in each of these element spots and these little underlined areas being element spots. So this will be the first row with 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. Second row with also 3 columns. So to get this first area, we're going to multiply this first row by this first column, and you start with the first one. So first element here times first element, 2 times 7, and then you add it to the rest and you basically continue on. So next it's going to be 3 times 2 times 2. I guess I could write it kind of like the other one. This parentheses just means we're multiplying by it. So that is going to be the result of the first element there. Is this all together, which of course is 14. 2 times 7 is 14, and then plus 3 times 2 is 6. So we'd end up with a 20 in this first element spot. We'll just write that above real quick. And for this next element spot, so when you get to this next one here, we're still in the first row, so we're still going to be multiplying along the first row, but now we're in the second column, so we're going to be multiplying it against the second column. So it's going to be 2 times 1, which is just 2, so I'm just going to leave it a plain 2 and leave out the times 1, save a little space, and then 3 times 7, which of course is 21. But I'll just go ahead and put 3 times 7 there. So it's going to end up being 21 plus 2. So we're going to end up with a 23 in this element spot. That's 3. There we go. Alright, And for this last spot here, we're still on the first row, and now we're on the third column, the tier column. 2 times 0, which is of course 0. I'm just going to put a plain 0 there. And then 3 times 8, which is of course 24, and we're going to end up with the result 24. I'm not going to write that above because it's quite obvious. And we'll do these last ones, and to do those we're going to move now to the second row, since we're on the second row, and we're going to times it against the columns. 4 times 7, 4 times 7, which is of course going to be 28, and 5 times 2, of course when we add that, 10. So we're going to get 28 plus 10, that's going to be 38. And then we'll continue on. 4 times 1, still on the second row, now on the second column. So you see, kind of see how that lines up. So that's one way of remembering it. We always do rows times columns, and it's the same way when you're speaking about the order of your matrices. So that's one way to remember it. But often, if you haven't done them in a while, you'll need a memory jog, and that's pretty normal with these because they're just long-winded. And then 5 times 7, which is 35. So then we get 35 plus 4, and we end up with 39 in this spot. And over here we get a 4 times 0, which is just going to be 0, plus 5 times 8, which is going to be 40. We just end up with 40 there. So there's our resulting matrix. It's a 2 by 3 with those numbers 20, 23, 24, 38, 31, and 40. And it came from these small numbers. So that's pretty much it for matrix math and multiplication. There's a few laws I wanted to talk about real quick. So I'm going to create a new layer here. The associative law. And I could do examples, but I'm not going to because it's just going to take too long. Basically says if you're multiplying A, B, and C, it's going to equal the same thing as A, B. Okay, that's too large. Let's shrink that down a little. There we go. Associative law basically says A times the result of BC is going to be the same thing as the result of AB times C. So that holds true in multiplication. Another law, second one, left distributive law, and that is basically when you might have heard distributive before, but it's, let's see, A times B plus C is equal to the same as C AB multiplied together plus BC multiplied together. And once again, we've ran out of room, so let me shrink this down a little more. There we go. So that is the left distributive law. And of course, you might be used to seeing this if you're used to algebra. This would be A times B plus A times C. That holds true. And the third and final law is the right distributive law. I'm just going to put those so I don't have to type it again. Distributive law, right distributive law. And that's going to look pretty similar. It's B plus C times A is equal to B times A plus C times A. So those are the laws. And real quick, just one last thing going back to this. It's really important to note that if you flip these around, you don't get the same result. Like if this was B times A, it would be a very different thing. Well, you couldn't even do it because if we flip these around, it would be this 2 wouldn't match with, or this 3 wouldn't match with this 2, so it would be an undefined. But sometimes you'll get a case where you can flip them around and you can also do another multiplication, but you'll end up with a completely different result. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. It was a long one, but this is an important one. If you're doing matrix math, make sure you understand this, the rows times column thing and how they add together. Alright, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next episode. Keep learning, keep laughing, living life, and don't rage. Goodbye.